What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. We are in unprecedented times, and I don't say that lightly or as some overreaction YouTube clickbait. We don't have any pre-sale prices up heading into the sneak peek weekend. Now, for me, pre-sales are before you could physically get your hands on them. Yes, a sneak peek happens, that's a week before the release, but truly, it is our first release of the cards, and we don't have any prices anywhere going into it. Yeah, I'm showing Tier 0, one of my sponsors here. They've been the new kid on the block. They've been really setting precedented prices where others follow, and they even get bought out of stuff, because when you bust open a product before sneak peek, or you sell before you can even bust it open, you've got to kind of gauge, alright, how can I make a guaranteed profit on this set? And there'll be people who are buying to win. They're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna underestimate this card, I'm gonna buy it out, or they just want to guarantee their cards early at the cheapest place. And Tier 0's kind of been that home, but they've been bought out of stuff. So we go to the next place you would shop when they get bought out of stuff, trollandtoad.com. Not a single freaking price on singles only product. This is weird. This is a giant in the industry. This is one of the biggest stores, if not the biggest, in the TCG industry, and they're not stepping a foot forward. And now, maybe most shocking is Ideal 808. They make their name on pre-sales. They make a majority of their sales on pre-sales, and they haven't set a foot forward. And this all comes from all the leaks happening so late compared to usual, to where they really haven't had time to react and decide what they're going to put forward. But even the commons, everything, they haven't decided to put prices up for them. They haven't launched them, and this could be one of the most hype-beast sneak peek weekends ever, where you go in, somebody pulls a pot of indulgence, they're like, oh, yeah, there's no prices online, how about 120, or some freaking crap like that. And I'm really sitting here thinking, trying to be realistic, alright, usually sneak peek prices are up, and we can gauge where things are gonna fall within 2 weeks, or what was underestimated. Like, I think Psychic Wielder, the level 3 secret rare, is going to be underestimated in the set, and the BA players are going to eat that up, especially heading towards Cherubini. Not everyone's going to play it, but I personally think it would be one of the underestimated secrets in the set, and now I can't judge if these shops are underestimating it or not. And we look over to TCG Player, and they've got some prices up, but you never want to shop TCG Player on a sneak peek or before an actual set release. And I'm not sorry, TCG Player. We've seen historically prices are overhyped on your platform, although I do think Psychic Wielder should be a $30 secret, so hey, maybe. But nobody wants to put up their pot of indulgences, nobody wants to put up their Boral Savage Dragons, and I wonder why. Who's gonna be the first major player to make that move to say, alright, this is where I think it's at, and see where the competition undercuts or holds the line with you at? Like, nobody is making this move. So going into a sneak peek, you're gonna be scrolling on your phone, and right now, if nothing changes before tomorrow, you're not going to have, well, hey, it's going for this over here, would you do this? And your trade bargains, it's just going to be people being super crazy, going, oh yeah, Boral Savage, it's an insane ultra, look at all the other Boral monsters, I think it's worth $60 or some crap, and I could even see it realistically being $50, but like, where's it truly going to land? It depends on these major retailers, it depends on the stores that really push it, and we got the news way too late, and we're just in this crazy, I don't know what's happening heading into sneak peek time, to where there's a YCS on the actual set release day, and that's coming up. What are you gonna do if you're heading there? How are you going to get through this? How are you going to obtain your cards and guarantee you're playing what you want to play? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. This, to me, is just crazy heading into the weekend. How are you going to tackle your sneak peek? Are you only buying sealed? Are you going to go, if you just feel something's a good deal, are you going to take it? What are you going to be doing, and how are you going to be approaching it? Because this, to me, I can't remember a time where there actually wasn't a pre-sale up somewhere, since basically the internet's been evolving through Yu-Gi-Oh coming up. Like, and my after 18-year-old adulthood, there's usually pre-sales somewhere, somehow. Now, to get back to TCG Player, we just said they're bad to buy on pre-sales. Typically, they do really even out once the set releases, and right now they do have a 7% kickback until January 28th, but that's been causing, it looks like, a couple couple of buyouts here and there. Price-wise, like we look through Urgent Schedule, has been bought out there, it's been up over there, but we look over here on eBay, we see $12, $12.70, all these under $13 ones. So it realistically looks like eBay, through a lot of these products that I'm gonna show, it looks better over on eBay. Like Orchestrated Return, we see a near mint copy at $9.50-ish, and it continues through that trend. But over on eBay, you see 750s, 8s, etc. before it does quickly reach 9 as well. It seems that 7% kickback gave an incentive for people to go for cards over here, and this is why I always tell you to check both, make sure you're getting the best deal for you. 7%, that's no joke. You usually see like a 5% kickback from TCG Player, so glad to see them step up the game just a little bit and give back to the players even more when they don't have to. And speaking of Soul Fusion here, the prices have really stabilized. Trap Trick headed back towards 22. I told you that I thought 18 might be undervaluating them a little bit. Danger Sneck going up with all the danger. All the dangers seem to be just holding stable and slowly or fastly going up. We'll actually look at that over here too with Jackalope. I'm jumping ahead of my tabs. I didn't have this ready, okay? $21 is where this is back to. We were seeing it fall towards 18, the slow drip towards 17, and suddenly, yikes, it's going on back up. So it seems like people are really getting ready for the competitive season, even with no sooner than about to expire. Even though Konami, in a sense, is addressing danger as a problem by only putting one danger card in Savage Strike, people are eating these up like crazy, especially with Cherubini around the corner. You definitely want the level 3s for your BA deck. It's like that Scooby-Doo meme where you take off the ghost's mask and it's you. So it's Burning Abyss as the mask. Oh, it's Link Climb is what the deck actually has become, and it's only gonna get better with our good old boy Cherubini. So Nessie, also a commonly played one, but it's been floating. Like we saw this try to raise back towards 40, now falling back towards 35. You see under market price of sales. Continuing on to some of the buyouts of the week. I know it's been a whole week since my last market watch. Did you miss me? Hidden City, $24. Oh man, Subterra Guru came out. So you know that every Subterra player, everybody who actually wanted to play the deck, already had this, and this is just, oh yeah, that wasn't reprinted in the Megatins. Let me go ahead and take this and buy it out. That's literally what happened with Hidden City. Like, there's no true hype. Oh yeah, I'm coming in back to the game because of Guru. That's not happening with anybody, and if you are, you're lying. I'm sorry. Guru is not dragging anybody back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I feel like this hype is completely just a forced buyout. They're hoping that the fallout raises above what it was at the buyout, and it's pretty crazy out here. Let's see where eBay is falling back towards. $24 as well. Oh boy, custom field centers for $10. No thanks. Yeah, but 24, 24, 25. It is pretty dang insane over here, and I don't know how to feel about it. By the way, when I say that, it's just because, like, you can get the official OCG ones for, like, cheaper than that. So that's my opinion. I'd rather have, like, a Blue Eyes or Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician Classic kind of field center. But it is kind of cool to actually think about a field center that is a field spell. Anyways, I digress. Off track. Hidden City, I do not think is worth the price. I see going back down, but I don't see it fully recovering back to the price it once was without a decent amount of time, since it never did receive that reprint. It'll take people not making sales, undercutting each other in order to make their sales, and it will be a slow drip back down if it ever does reach it. Drago Nether Soul Dragon gets a second buyout. Again, zombies are a very viable option. Zombie World's on the field. Super Poly can use any two zombie type monsters. It's not a bad monster in its own right. It just gets its second wave of buyout because it's only in premium gold, and I think is now the most expensive premium gold card from the OG. I did not know these were so expensive. I actually gave one of these away, sealed boxes, recently on the 24-hour stream, and then I learned I gave away a $300 giveaway that I thought was like 80. Hey, things happen. But yeah, $24 is the highest card by almost double in Gold Series. That's crazy to me. Oh man, people really nostalgia trip to open that sealed stuff, huh? And we see over on eBay quickly falling back under that as well, or they only bought it out to a certain point because this is the only new listing it looks like. And is that everything? I see product search. Yeah, that's the typical page. Ah! Shadows in Valhalla. People keep actually asking me what to do with their Super Ash Blossoms. If you're not playing in a regional or a YCS, sell. You can bet that this being in a structure deck, even if it's a $5 common, this will be $10 tops for a bit, in my opinion. Like, it's in a structure deck. That's far different than it being in, like, Kaiba's collection. It's a guaranteed product and a $10 MSRP product. Think about that for a bit. It's not like a Megaton where it's 20 with the promo for Ghost Ogre, where all the other cards eventually become irrelevant price-wise. It's a sealed product for Soulburner, will be one of the most opened starter decks, and people will want 3 of them things. So, yeah, they're not going to go for sale a ton on the market, but you can bet this is going to fall towards that $10 to $12 price range, and losing out $18 on a playset isn't something I'm interested in. I'm fine playing the common if I was fine playing the super, because that's the lowest rarity. If you have your secret first edge, that's the only reason you should really be hanging on to any current form of Ash Blossom that you have, unless you are stuck playing it for something like Chicago. That is my opinion, though. Also, the Valkyries, as Ninja would say, I'm not seeing enough movement, but again, the release of the Valkyrie cards was a tad disappointing to me, just a tad. It didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but we have one full more set of support. So even if these fall back down, I expect a second wave of buyouts, because they with the Noble Knight stuff and the others, like, they tend to release a more disappointing support first for some reason, instead of the strongest wave when it's something they've already worked on before. So the hype will build up. They did get a soul charge. I gotta give that to them, right? But, like, they don't have, like, a Valkyrie link to go into to bring them into the modern age or anything yet. That would be insane, right? Give them a link, then give them a soul charge so it counts as a Valkyrie and you can ride into battle. Just me? Okay. But seriously, the ceiling is open to that kind of things on the second set, so do kind of hold on to your copies until that support if you're wanting to play this deck. Don't just be bummed out by this first wave of support and go, ah, man. And some of it was pretty good, actually. It puts it into a striking distance. Now let's see what Konami gives them. Thank you for watching so much on today's Market Watch. What do you guys think? I think the biggest, like, kind of problem is this kind of no pre-sale pricing. Like, this is absolutely bat crazy to me, but how are you guys gonna approach it? Is this good for you as a trader, as maybe a vendor? Do you think this really actually helps you rather than hurts you? Or are you somebody looking to procure cards for YCS Chicago and you're like, well, this really bums me out? Thanks for watching, everybody.